starting with a welcome, a openness to how things are in this moment, including our thoughts, and just noticing them, not judging them. Just bringing curiosity to where we are in this moment. Starting with our breath. Feeling our breath in and out. Letting our breath connect us with our bodies. As we connect our breath with our bodies, what are the needs that our bodies are pointing us to? And in this moment, being curious about our thoughts, our assumptions, our beliefs. And they're just thoughts. There's nothing wrong with us because we think everything should go a certain way. And noticing that it's thinking, oh yes, I get disappointed when things don't go a certain way. And we can get curious. We can be with what is in ourselves, in our world, have a certain amount of acceptance. And notice if I have a pattern for trying to predict the future. Notice if I have a pattern of catastrophizing the future or our loved ones or people in our environment, and what happens in us when we see ourselves do it and we go, no, we can't do that. Can we just be curious about that? Do I really believe that, whatever, there's popular beliefs too that are, that are definitely possibilities, I suppose. And there's so many possibilities. And bringing our needs into the world changes the catastrophizing, catastrophizing. That's it. Curious about that. I haven't used that word a lot. And it's something to be curious about. As a thought, it's not bad. There are needs in it. Harvest the needs before we shoot it out of the air. I can't do that. You can, you do, if that's your pattern. Or if you see the world in rose-colored glasses, that's maybe a belief that everything's wonderful, or you're trying to talk yourself into that. That is more likely. It's just a thought. It's not, again, something we need to change necessarily. Something to lean in and be curious about. What are our patterns? What are the things that resurface again and again? Do we have the belief that of anything? It's It's not coming right now. Fill in the blank. What are your beliefs? That the world is a dangerous place? And we have to be on guard all the time, or we're going to get ripped off. People want something from us. Sometimes that might be true, and sometimes not. It's just a thought. So curiosity about others starts with curiosity about ourselves. I judge myself as wrong for feeling a certain way, for doing a certain thing. That was bad. Can you bring some curiosity to that? What is the outcome that you wanted to be different? It sounds like you're kind if you didn't want that person to be hurt, or didn't want that person to judge you for saying a certain thing or doing a certain thing. I'm smiling because people are so complex. And there are times that I think people are going to react a certain way, and it's like, oh, that was different. And starting with curiosity, not knowing, this is it right now, this moment. Notice as we take responsibility for how people feel and what their reactions are. We impact people. There is some responsibility to take. And fault is probably not the word that I use a whole lot. What is the stimulus? What is the cause? Sometimes we say stimulus is like, oh, that's what happened. It's just like you nudged something or a person in a certain way, and they had this reaction. So we get sometimes afraid to say anything because we don't want that reaction. And that's in us, thinking that we control others' emotions. We're not the cause of them. It's their world that they're working with, that they're interpreting your actions in a certain way. Not our job to stop people from feeling a certain way. That's not within our control. And we can be curious about that. Don't take my word for it. Give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a try not taking responsibility for how people feel. Breathing in and out. Coming back to love, coming back to what my needs are. I'm talking about myself now. My intention is often to love myself, love the world. And if that sounds insipid, that's not, I'm probably using it in a different way. I connect love to creative energy in the world, a divine energy in the world. And not everybody does. What is it that guides your life? What in your life is divine? Something bigger than yourself. Something that is way out of control, of your control. What are your beliefs? And be curious about that. So keep breathing in, breathing out, coming back to your beliefs and how that can create the world that you want, your experience of the world you want. Seeing loving people and kind people around me, even when they're angry and throwing things, makes an impact. Creates a world inside of me that's very different than the world that I became habituated in an early age. The world in which I don't judge myself as being pathological if I get angry, that there's something wrong with things not going the way that I would like them to. They're just thoughts created by experiences that we can metabolize right now. We can find the needs in right now, in this moment. And as we become more curious, experience curiosity as a need. How does curiosity live in me? When am I the most curious? When am I not at all curious? So just be curious about that and see if you can share that with your loved ones and with all beings in the world. Thank you so much for your practice today.